What's going on, everybody? It is your girl Nelita V, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much to all of my wonderful supporters for so many years, and a lot of you new people who have just come in. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. If you are not following me, I highly suggest you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss out, because guess what? Your girl is in the lab almost every day now filming videos for you. I know it's been quite sporadic over the years, and I admit that. That's because it's just life happened, and also just wanted to be so perfect in the way that I film things for you guys. But I realized that it's more about getting content out to you, and eventually everything will evolve over time. I'll get better lighting, I'll get better sound backgrounds, all this sort of stuff. But I just want to, you know, start making more videos for you. So I have listened to the comments, and this video is going to be about my favorite pieces of equipment, or even just weapons. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of stuff that I have around here. Bear in mind, it's not everything I have. I'll jump into that a little bit later on. One other thing I want to tell you guys as well is, guess what? I'm starting some classes and an academy online. So if you want to learn about weapons, if you want to learn about different martial arts styles, things like that, check out the website below down in the description. And as well, I also have the fitness side of stuff. So if you're looking for overall fitness and wellness, I do have that and some ebooks, y'all. So support your girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And here we go. Let's jump right into it. Alright everybody, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Now again, bear in mind, I do not have all of my equipment with me. It's a long story. I'm in between two countries, so I have stuff in one country, things in this country, but also in this country I have it spread out in between two states. So I'm all over the place, so I've tried to gather up as much as I could with me, and let's get started. So I don't have all of the things that I want to show you, but okay, I don't even know where to start. I don't know what hierarchy I should put these weapons and equipment in, but just know that there's no hierarchy to it, and yeah, this is it. So the first thing that I do want to show you are just like, I love knives. First of all, I love weapons in general. I'm very different from every other girl in the world, where other girls are like, buy me a purse, buy me this. I'm like, no, you buy me a weapon or you buy me a survival tool. Like, I am the person who loves little gadgets that do 10,000 things in one. You know, I like those screwdrivers that you can change to this, and pliers, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I love. So anyway, so pocket knives. I have all different sorts of pocket knives. These are not all of them. These are just some that I could find around the room right now. But yeah, like pocket knives are my thing. I have carried, this sounds really bad. I have carried a knife on me since I was like 8 years old. And that is because, you know, my father's from the Philippines. So we're just used to having weapons and blades on us. So like growing up around my house, we had weapons stashed everywhere. You were the wrong person to step into our house if you had bad intentions. We had weapons everywhere. So yeah, different styles of pocket knives. This one's a kind of cool one. It kind of has that auto blade. I'm not a big fan of auto blades, but I do like this one, and it has like a little glass breaker. I've had these for years. One of my favorite ones are these little tiny ones. Why? Because especially as a girl, I can just like boop, boop, boop. I can put it anywhere.
That's what she said.
You could like, yeah, like that sounds bad. Anyway, I love these little tiny ones. These tiny ones are the best. So I have all sorts of pocket knives. So that's one of my favorite things. And then also when I was younger, and even now, I love throwing knives. I have a set of throwing knives, but they're in a different state right now. I just had them, but I couldn't bring it back on the plane with me, and I had too much of my luggage. So throwing knives, stars, things like that. I love all this stuff. Blow darts. Me and my dad used to do blow darts when I was younger, so that's my jam. Okay, I think next up is going to be, I'll show you that. I love the fan. Okay, now this one, this is mixed review stuff. This is mixed review stuff because, you know, people see this and they're like, that's not a weapon. But I'm half Filipino, and the way that we're taught in the Philippines with Filipino martial arts, Arnis and Eskrima, is that everything is a weapon. It's about the angles of attack. So if it's sturdy enough for me to strike, the same way I would strike you with the stick, I could strike you with this fan. So there's different types of ones that are, some are made out of steel. This one happens to be made out of bamboo. So it's semi-strong. I wouldn't, you know, obviously don't strike with this, but you would ball it up. This is like, I can give you a good whack with this thing. There is a good whack. And the best part about it is that most people don't see it as a weapon. So I'm just out, and I'm just a lady who's hot and is fanning myself, but then you cross me the wrong way. What? Yeah, so the fan is one of my favorite weapons, but also too, I think it just looks really elegant. I studied a lot of different styles of martial arts growing up, but some of my favorite styles are Kung Fu styles and more fluidity and more like just like, it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So I love fans. Next on the list is going to be Arnis. I'm trying not to drop everything. The next on the list is going to be Arnis sticks or Kali sticks. This is the weapon of the Philippines. This is what we use to defeat Magellan. Okay, the conquistadors. This is what we use. So there's all different styles of Arnis sticks. These are made out of rattan, which is a really strong wood in the Philippines. You'll see a lot of other ones that are heavier, that are thicker. It just really depends on what you like and also just the style that you're doing. So these are used more in like the fast Arnis wake off, like when they're having the Arnis stick fighting fights. They use these, the lighter ones. They're not using heavy ones. My dad used to like train and fight back in the day, and it was like, what was it, like was it the dog fights or whatever, where it was like heavy full contact sticks and stuff like this. These are the light ones, so you're a lot faster with your strikes, but the angles of attack, you know, they're all the same. So these are just near and dear to me. I keep them with me and I love them because it's my culture, it's what I grew up with. And again, we master 90% of weapons, so it's about the angles of attack. You don't always need a stick. This could be an umbrella. This could be anything. These are your knives as well, so thank you, Philippines. Now, next up, you guys see these in a lot of my videos. Nunchucks. Yay, nunchucks. Now, I could talk a lot about nunchucks. So, I remember being a kid, and I was like 8, even less than 8. My dad trained me tough and trained me hard, and I love that because that's the reason why I do everything now. So he made me do nunchucks like every day. When I would come home from school, I would have to go out to the garage and I would have to do nunchucks, and I had to do a lot of different stuff. So let's jump into this first. Let's just say, one, nunchucks can be made out of several different materials. I actually made all of my nunchucks. These are ones that I've made. I had several more over the years. I don't think I've really ever bought anyone else's nunchucks. My dad has always made weapons and nunchucks for me. So these are made out of like just small particle wood. These are nice and light because I bought these recently because I just traveled back to the States. I don't really know any good weapon suppliers right now, and I wanted something lightweight that I can carry around with me and travel with that won't cause too many red flags when traveling. So yeah, so these are just made out of wood and then some string, and then I taped them up with electrical tape so they look good in black, and in videos, reminds me like the Bruce Lee ones. So they're lightweight. So I won't get into the specs about them. You guys it's pretty standard with nunchucks and how they're all built. So it's just personal preference. So these are made out of wood, and then these babies, I actually made these in Dubai. I made them in Dubai because they don't sell weapons out there like that. And I'll tell you guys a funny story one day. I'm not gonna tell you right now, but a funny story about when I got stopped at customs one day coming into Dubai because I bought a bunch of weapons from the States and brought them back, and it was mayhem. I'll tell you that. If you want to hear that story, drop me a comment down below. It's like, tell the story, tell the story. So anyway, so I went to like Ace Hardware in Dubai. I bought some steel pipes, I bought chain, I bought all these tools, and I went home and I went to work and made my own nunchucks and 3 sectional staff. So yeah, so same thing, same specs. These are like my babies because these are my first time making weapons in a long time. So nunchucks. I love nunchucks. Okay, so now let's get to the second part of this. I love nunchucks because, again, it's a small, petite weapon. Now, what you'll see along, because I get a lot of questions from people. They'll be like, well, what is all this spinning stuff and that doesn't work and And look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's true. When you see a lot of this stuff online, and I wanna say twirling, there's different types of nunchuck work. There's nunchuck work, and the same thing with martial arts, where it's for practical reasons, and then there's the more showy stuff. So at the same time, when you have all these like flying kicks in the air and this and that, that's for more showy stuff. And then you have the stuff that I would use practically in the streets. If something were to go down with me and I had to protect myself, I'm not gonna be like I can't twirl it right now, I don't hit anything. I'm not gonna be doing all that. I'm gonna do a strike that's gonna either like immobilize you or be enough of a distraction or pain for you so that I can get away. Now, that's one thing I've learned about weapons. Even though I do a lot of weapons arts and stuff like this, the goal is not to go out there in any sort of defense form. And I would love if I don't have to go out there and have to like fight and defend myself. But if I do have to, I'm equipped enough to be able to take care of myself. So what do I need to do? If I can get away from a situation, if someone's trying to attack me, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna try to get away. But if I can't run and get away, then I get my weapon or find my equalizer, I do what I gotta do, and I get out. I'm not trying to be fancy with it. So when you see all this twirling stuff, that's cool, it looks really cool, I love it. But it's not for practical reasons. So a lot of times when you see me do my nunchuck work, You'll see me do a couple of twirls like that, but you don't see me doing all this fancy, like fly up in the air, get jump, catch it. No, I'm doing stuff that are actually practical strikes. I'm striking you down here like in Arnis number 1, number 2. I'm doing all these different things that are strikes and ways to bring your weapon around you without it being taken by somebody else. So that's just a difference. If you want me to get more in depth into that, that's a whole other video in itself. But anyway, those are nunchucks. So nunchucks, I love you. They're amazing. Okay, now we're gonna get into some bigger stuff. I know, sex. I don't have everything. I don't have everything here. So my next favorite weapons are gonna be swords. Now let's go back to Arnis. When we go back to Arnis, remember, this is not just a stick. This could be anything. So a lot of times when you see us striking, and I will do this is a bunch of video ideas, that when we do this, we say that this is the blade of the stick. Why? Because whenever we hold a sword, whenever we hold a stick, wherever those knuckles are, wherever you're holding it, this is a blade. So imagine this being a blade when you're striking, okay? So the same thing when it comes to swords. Now, I'm gonna show you this one, okay? This happens to be a double broadsword. It is a Chinese weapon. Again, I favor Chinese weapons. I favor Kung Fu weapons. I like all weapons, but I favorite them just because of the movements, fluidity, things like that. Now, this is a double sword. And I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna ask me where I got all this stuff from. I should have said that. So most of the stuff I made, the sticks are actually directly from the Philippines. And the fan and these next 2 swords are from the same place. So I came back, someone got me a birthday gift and I wanted to get a few things. So I actually went through a company called Kung Fu Direct. I can do a review on it later on. I wasn't too happy with the quality of these weapons, but hey, they came fast and it was enough to practice. So again, if you guys know some other good weapon suppliers, I'd love to find out so I can tell you about the quality of it. So yeah, Kung Fu Direct, they're all right. They're like beginner level. If you want beginner level stuff, I haven't really bought any of their expensive stuff because I wanted to see how this was first. But this is like beginner mid-level, I think. So double broadsword, or actually just 2 swords in one. Normally they have a single broadsword, which I prefer. I prefer having the single sword because of the handle and the way that it grips. When you have the double sword, they cut the handle in half, so it feels kind of weird in your hand. But I was like, I want 2 swords this time. I've never had this one growing up. I always had a single sword growing up, so I wanted 2. So this is more for performance and practice. As you can see, the flexibility in the blade, but these are real blades. It is a single-sided blade and used more for those like hacking movements, big, drawn out. And then they just put these on the end for kind of like, you know, distraction presentation purposes as well. So that's a double broadsword. One of my favorite weapons. I love it. I remember being younger and seeing guys work this in wushu, and I was like, I want to learn that. And I did. So I love my double broadsword. Let me put this up and not like bend the blade itself. I think these are made out of like steel aluminum. But yeah, you can get so again, these are the practice ones that are for show. Now if you want a real broadsword, you want it to be thick and heavy, yeah, you can get that, but you know, this is just the one for practice. Okay, so the next weapon is going to be the straight sword. Now the thing about the straight sword for me, you guys would be very surprised. When I was a kid, I did not like this weapon. I did not like it at all. I just thought it was like, I was like, I don't know. I didn't think it was like a strong weapon. I was like, oh, look at this, you know, people going slow doing all this. And to be honest with you, now that I've gotten older, I love this weapon. It's one of my favorite weapons. I think it's so, I think it's so elegant. I think, I don't know, I just like the flow of it. I like the way that it looks. I like the purposes of it. So yeah, this is the straight sword, the Chinese straight sword, and also known as Jin. I want to make sure I'm saying it in my American accent. Yeah, so this sword, this one's a little bit more of a quality from Kung Fu Direct, so I did like this one as well. You can get more of a sturdy one. They come in different lengths, so no matter where you buy it from, they're different lengths. And then also just different densities of the steel that you have. So it's stronger at the bottom, a little bit more thin at the top, because this is used for, you know, elegant cuts and things like that, stabby motions. You won't see a lot of hacking stuff. This wasn't meant to be a hacking weapon. This is just for small cuts and things like that. So double edge, so if you have a real one, be very careful about the double edge. And then again, the tassels on the end. I love the fluidity of it. I love the elegance behind it, and it's a lot. I would say the same thing with like dance. It's a lot harder when people see it and you're like, ooh, so light, so flimsy, so this, but there's so much control that comes with this weapon. So that's why I like this one a lot. And then moving on. So the next thing I want to talk about is, oh, let me get my sword in there.
That's what she said.
I have There's gonna be so many bad puns in this video. Oh, this is like one of my ultimate favorites. I always wanted this weapon. I remember watching like Drunken Master and all of this as a kid, and I always, or like all the different kung fu movies, I always wanted a chain whip. A chain whip. This is one that I could never have as a kid because it is dangerous, but I love it. So this is a 9-section chain whip, and so what it is, it's lightweight, literal like steel or metal, and just chain, and that's it. And it has like a little dart thing at the end. So they also have like the dart style where it's a rope and has a dart on it. Anything like this, I love it. Why? Because it's so easily concealed. You can't see this. If I'm walking around somewhere, or I've got this in my purse, I can just, now would I really carry this out in the open? I probably would. But you know, it's just to each his own on what they like. I love stuff like this, and I just love because yeah, it's lightweight, it's compact, but oh boy, you have to be so careful because I have cracked myself in the head with this. I have, and I was so thankful that I did not cut myself and start bleeding. People always ask me as well, they're like, hey Nelita, do you ever hurt yourself? Do you ever cut yourself? Yes, I've hurt myself over the years. Now the goal is like, yeah, no one's perfect. We train a lot, so yeah, I'm a lot better at things. I don't really hit myself that often. Like I have put a bloopers video up and I'm very real, but those things do happen with practice, especially, you know, when you're practicing new moves, new combos and stuff, those things happen. So yeah, you just need to be very careful. So I would highly suggest if you're just starting to do the chain whip, do not use this. There's different tutorials online on how to make one with a rope and tennis ball, or a rope and a sack of rice. You know, that's what I first started practicing on, and then there's this. So the chain whip is another one of my favorite weapons. I also got that from Kung Fu Direct. Again, if you know better weapon suppliers, let me know. So I don't have the rest of my weapons. And one thing that you probably see if you follow me on Instagram is my 3 sectional staff. Insert music here. Okay. It's my 3 sectional staff. So it's the same, it's made out of the same material as this. I also made my 3 sectional staff, so it's a lot longer, and you'll see three poles, 3 pipes. Big one that I use. I like the 3 sectional staff because it's one of those weapons, like you look at it and you're like, man, that's hard. It's a challenging weapon because it's like the staff. So a lot of the same ones as the bow staff, which I don't have as well here. My bow staff, I have bamboo bow staffs. Bow staff, spears, things like this. I love the movement of bow staff, spears. Spears. But yeah, the 3 sectional staff is another one of my favorite weapons just because it was a challenge. It's a challenge to get that momentum going and the timing and not crack yourself in the head and all this sort of stuff. So that's another one of my favorite weapons. So you guys, that's all I have with me right now. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more, know some more details, questions specifically about certain weapons, let me know. Drop me a comment below. If you're looking for equipment in general, just in regards to training purposes when it comes to boxing, Muay Thai, JKG, kickboxing, a lot of different styles. It's standard stuff that we all have. Like here, I have a heavy bag on this side. I have boxing gloves. So these boxing gloves right here, shout out to my Filipino flag, all my Pinay, Pinoys, all my Kabayans. Okay, so yeah, these gloves are from Twins. I use these for like martial arts, Muay Thai, kickboxing classes because they're quick. Velcro, on, off, boom, in, out. I like that. If I'm going to be boxing, then I'm going to use, you know, whatever brand available, to be honest with you. Like, I like Grant. What else do I like? Reyes is good. And then I just have this independent brands. There's one that sent one and personalized for me, Inspo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Other things that I like doing for conditioning training, stuff like this. Egg weights. Oh yes, these bad boys right here. Egg weights is another thing. They sent these to me. I've been using them, love them. They just add more weight and conditioning for you when you're throwing your punches. And they come in different sizes and stuff. I actually have an affiliate link for this. So if you want to buy egg weights, affiliate link should be down here. Okay, I'll let you guys know about that. And then these little babies, I've had these suckers for years. They do not sponsor me, nothing, but I bought them myself years ago and I love them because I don't really think they sell all the pieces like they used to. So this is some of what I have. This is called Stroops bands. So they're just like elastic bands that are high quality, covered in fabric. You can attach them in different places, but it comes with like the wrist wrap, and it comes with kicking, like ankle wrap, so you can kick, so you can punch. I also have the big one that goes around your waist as well, and just great, like when I'm traveling, I just put this in my suitcase, and it just helps to give me like a great workout resistance as I go along. So that's some of the stuff that I use, you guys. This is a long video. I'm gonna have to cut this down for you. I'm gonna have to cut this down. But thank you so much. Let me know what else you want to see. Like I said, I'm looking at your comments. If there's If there's a specific video that you want to see, drop me a comment down below. Make sure to go to my website and find out about these clubs that I have, our wonderful communities of martial artists, communities of fitness, and just like-minded individuals. Check that out, and thank you for your continued support. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a share, and I'll see you soon. Bye.